After being employed only a few months, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's chief of staff has quit, and he did it days before the couple's Colombia trip. Ouch! Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, and oh my goodness, we have a lot of news for you today. Make sure you hit that subscribe. You're not going to want to miss today's uploads, but this one is a doozy. My goodness, the cope from the Sussex squad today is going to be hilarious because look, we've been reporting on this issue for a while. This is not the first person who's left Archewell and their companies. No, this is a reoccurring theme that's happened. In fact,
another one
is sort of the common catchphrase over there at Archewell. And even Newsweek has to report on the fact that, yes, there have been a lot of staff departures. This must be a major crisis. This is coming in from Jack Royston of all people. But even he's trying to do some damage report. UK Daily Mail reports that he had quit, though Newsweek understands he left by mutual consent, having been hired on a trial basis. Yes, sure, Meghan and Harry. No one quits literally on the eve of a huge PR trip. You don't do that unless there's actual problems. You give people notice. You give them 30-day notice. You don't want to see, even if you are quitting on good terms, you're like, look, well, I just want to let you know I'm not happy, but I'm going to do it after the trip. Then the couple is so angry. They're like, no, you're not coming on this trip. Get the heck out of here now. You don't leave right before a massive PR moment when you are the chief of staff. Team Sussex is going to go out there and say, oh, he didn't quit. He didn't quit. Yeah, he did. If he quit right before this trip, that's a quit, dude. Or that he was forced out. Either way, that is a terrible sign that they couldn't retain his employment during this massively important PR movement. And it comes on the heels of her last PR movement, this interview with Jane Pauley, that I believe has exploded in her face while she was out there attempting to be the victim again, or maybe Jane Pauley was forcing the issue. I don't know. Either way, she came across completely disingenuous. It didn't work. It has been reporting everywhere. I've seen so many people who sort of moved on and didn't care about Meghan and Harry now coming back to the fold being like, really? Again? We're talking about this again, Meghan? Huh? This is what, you have nothing else to talk about but this? And then they've lost focus of the families. What is this parents network? It all became about Harry and Meghan and how they're the heroes rather than the parents. So it doesn't surprise me that a chief of staff might say, you know what, enough is enough. Now, what surprises me is doing it on the eve of a trip. That to me shows that there's bad blood between these two. I don't care what you tell me. That just as someone who's worked in business, I've worked for corporations, I've done it. You don't have that quick of an exit on the heels of something important unless there's bad blood or unless you want to get the hell out or unless they want you to get out. The fact that this happened on the eve of that is incredibly telling. Now, here's what the reports are coming in. Prince Harry's chief and Meghan's chief of staff reportedly quit only after 3 months. Josh Kettler is no longer working for them. Source in California where Harry and Meghan live told the Daily Mail. The outlet reported that Kettler was set to accompany the couple on their 4-day trip, their quasi-royal tour of Colombia, which begins Thursday, so in a couple days. Reason for the sudden departure was not given. His reps for Harry and Meghan obviously did not respond to comment. I'm sure they're livid that it even came out because who's really pays attention to their people? They have new people every few months, it seems. I'm sure they were just hoping to let this leak after the trip, but it clearly got out before. And maybe because of him, bravo to you, sir. You can always reach out to me confidentially. They're going to assume you are anyway. So why not tip us off a little bit and give us the narrative that is in, the truth. That's not just in their favor, which is what they're going to do. Josh, all doors open. And again, never reveal my sources, but hit me up. I'm on LinkedIn too. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex seem to have a difficult time retaining staff. Daily Mail claims they've lost at least 18 employees since they married in 2018, with 9 or more leaving the duo after they moved to California in 2020. What may be the most telling is that the entire time I worked there, I don't think I heard a single current or former employee on their staff say they would take that job again if given the chance. That's incredibly telling. These aren't employees that just had that they just found off the streets. Many of them are people who had previously excelled working for demanding bosses and high-performance companies and environments. Facts. You don't take a job with a celebrity, especially the Duke and Duchess, unless you're ready for the stress level and the commitment that it entails. So to see these people constantly, look, it's twofold, right? these people are fed up and leave, or Harry and Meghan are impossible to please. And that's a huge problem to be a boss. You got to learn how to work with people. Now, granted, sometimes the employees aren't doing their job and you got to be a tough boss. It happens, but you got to learn how to navigate that while still being good human beings and, giving them opportunities. To cut them the eve of a big tour, something happened here. I don't care what Harry and Meghan say. You don't cut your chief of staff before a tour. Kettler is believed to be American. Previously worked for a medical equipment manufacturer. He's worked for a bunch. I looked up. I guess it was like one of a Lionsgate, or he's worked for some big companies. He was hired to be the chief of Sussex staff earlier this year. Was regarded as the perfect man to guide Harry through his next phase. In May, he was a key figure in the London 10th anniversary Invictus Games. He also played a pivotal role in the Nigerian tour later that month. I'm sure he assumed the King and William and everyone's going to be there. I'm sure he was sold a whole book of goods of like, oh my gosh, yeah, we're going to get the whole family back. This is going to be the big event that brings us back. And then nothing happened. And then he goes off to Nigeria and then finds out nobody wanted him there, that the royal family is livid, and that even the people in Nigeria are livid. I can't imagine this guy was happy about this new job that he just scored. So yet again, he's
another one
who has left. Now, this is a common theme with these two, and it's not a good theme. It's not a good theme at all. Reports coming in from multiple outlets now that he has quit. There he is in the background of several of these photos to prove it. Now, Newsweek is the only one who's out there. It was mutual consent. That means like we both agreed it wasn't working. Now, that's PR speak for, oh, it's all good. No, it's not all good. Someone's upset. Someone left on bad terms. Now, he could have dipped them on bad terms and they were mad that he's dipping, but the fact that he would dip so, on a whim like that shows that he doesn't want to be there. Why wouldn't he want to be there, right? There's so much to unpack in a firing. Sometimes the employee's bad. Let's give them also that benefit of the doubt. Sometimes an employee's bad, but still the optics of this, the eve of their big trip, he was good all this time, but then literally 2 days before you're going to trip, you're like, nope, we don't need you anymore. See ya. Bye. Something went off. And what's important to go through as even Newsweek is attending, there have been numerous people that have quit. This is a sign of a bigger problem. Okay. This isn't just some willy-nilly guy who just decided to lead. Staff departures tend to draw attention after a period. Some had found Meghan a challenging boss. The UK newspaper coined her Duchess difficult, which stuck in the British press for some time. Sunday News headline, Meghan loses second close aide, Samantha Cohen, as rumors swirl of Duchess difficult. There's been a lot of people. And it's not just employees. Let's go through your friends, Meghan. How about your family? You literally leave them all in your wake. You don't ever attempt to heal relationships and work it out. You don't ever attempt to work with people mutually. No, you just ditch them, move on, or don't help them. Like in the case of Jessica Mulroney, remember that one? Your close friend who was at your wedding, who helped set you up with Prince Harry, was there during that whole period, I guess. I don't know if she set him up, but was there and was on the phone during the proposal. Your closest friend, and then she's falsely canceled by some clout-chasing nobody on Instagram, and you're like, you're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. You don't stand up for people. You're not loyal. You are the opposite of loyal. You are disloyal. I guess that's an easy. Sorry. You are disloyal. And a lot of people are fed up. And this is the walls are closing in because you can only do this for so long in this town. People don't want to work with difficult people. Hollywood's like on its last legs. People are losing their jobs. People aren't investing like they used to. You need to bring in money in order to be difficult. And you're not bringing in money, let's be honest. Then the royal family is going to be pissed with anybody who associates with you. So there's a lot going against you right now. And there's 18 staff departures over the past 6 years, an average of 3 a year. I mean, Meghan had been privately accused of bullying 2 PAs out of Kensington Palace and making life tough for Samantha Cohen, her most senior aide, by then Communications Secretary Jason Knauf in an internal email. This isn't some little rumor. This isn't some nonsense. I believe this wholeheartedly. And the reason the report won't come out is because it just is not allowed to legally through the palace HR claims. It would do worse against the palace than actually, to reveal this. So I believe it all. I do. And she knows it. And she knows she's safe because she knows they can't release the email. They can't actually release the bullying report, etc. Lady C confirmed this in our exclusive interview with her as well. It's just never going to come out, sadly. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. And now we've seen too many examples piling in together, adding up together, that something's wrong. Staff turnover is natural in any organization, but the existence of bullying allegations against the couple sets an additional backdrop to the discussion, and departures have come at awkward times. In January 2023, Oscar-named producer Ben Browning and head of marketing Farrah Taylor had left Archewell the same month that Harry's book Spare and the Netflix show appeared to prompt a collapse in their U.S. popularity. A month earlier, Madana Dayani left as president of Archewell, which Team Sussex said had been planned. Around the same time, Rebecca Sanis left after producing Megha's Archetype. Look, I like to do a plea to all these people. Rebecca, who's in here? Mandana, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing you. Ben, Farrah, anybody who's worked at Archewell, and you're watching this, if you worked for Archewell and you're watching this and I've made it to you, give me a call. I will not reveal you. I've never burned a bridge or a source. Google it. I've been accused of a lot of stupid and false things, but I have never, ever broken a source. I don't do it. Leaking personal emails and things goes against my fiber, my being. I've done it once when I had to declare my innocence against someone who falsely accused me of crimes. I don't do it. I don't believe in it. You shouldn't do it. Please reach out to me. Come on. I want more of these people on the inside to help get us to the right path. Hit us up. If somebody knows somebody, pass along a note. You'd be surprised, people. I can't say more. That's why I got to be careful. I've spoken to some important people, some legit people. I'm trying to open up the Rolodex. So who else out there? You must be watching this because you know you are. You're fascinated by this story. You don't like them. You've had your experiences, or maybe you want to set the truth. Maybe I'm reporting something incorrectly. Hit me up. Let's make it accurate. We can do it off the record. If you want to be up to date on any of those news stories and future updates, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. We got actually more reports coming today. It's a big royal news day, so I'm going to deliver for you. I hope you'll click on them. Stay tuned for more. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Palace.